Whew. Take this out. This is my excuse me. These are my Raw predictions for August the 13th, 2012. I feel like every week I'm repeating the same things over and over again. Move this closer because I don't know if the mic can pick everything up. Keep hearing stuff. But this week I wrote everything down on this piece of paper. I have 10 topics of discussion that I'm going to talk about. It's basically the same thing I talk about every week, because the same thing is happening on each Raw, just with a little twist. Obviously, tomorrow's Monday Night Raw. It's been uploaded on Sunday, so that's what I'm saying tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday Night Raw is going to focus more on AJ being Raw General Manager, which I say she's been doing okay as Raw General Manager. I like Booker T more as SmackDown General Manager. It's not. Maybe it's because SmackDown is my favorite show. Even though Raw is better because Raw is live. But I started watching SmackDown first. Then that's how I was introduced to Raw. So that's how it was. Started watching SmackDown, then I found out Raw. So SmackDown is going to always be my favorite show, even though Raw is better because it's live. But AJ is just going to focus on AJ being Raw General Manager, even though I think you should just leave AJ and Eve alone. Let them stay in the Divas division. Since Kelly is back, we haven't seen a Divas match, like, except for last week, in over a month. We need to rebuild the Divas division. Leave AJ and Eve alone. Let them stay Divas and give the job to somebody else, like Vicky, Teddy Long, or Edge. AJ's been doing okay, but I like Booker T better. Even though I wish he could have stayed commentator. He already had a job. They could have given it to somebody else who didn't have a job, like Edge. If Edge would have been a SmackDown General Manager, it would have been good. Or Teddy Long. Either way, but Booker T, I'm glad he's moving up the ladder and everything. I guess it was his time to move up the ladder because 10 years ago, Teddy Long was a referee, and then a couple years later, he became SmackDown General Manager, and then Booker T, he went from wrestler to ring announcer to SmackDown General Manager. I don't mean to talk about SmackDown because this is supposed to be about Raw, but AJ, she's been okay as Raw General Manager, I guess. She's okay. Haven't really had an impact on me, but I like Booker T more as SmackDown General Manager. And then my second point is SummerSlam. This is the last Monday Night Raw for SummerSlam. They've been talking about this week after week. They just promoting it. They want you guys and girls to go out and buy the pay-per-view. If you're in LA, they want you to buy the tickets. They want you to buy it. They keep promoting it. Want you to buy the t-shirts and everything. That's all they're going to talk about Raw. Let me see. I don't want to mention the same thing. Yeah, they're going to keep talking about Triple H versus Brock Lesnar. I want to say, if the show is 3 hours, half the show is going to be talking about SummerSlam. And they're going to do the same thing on Superstars and the same thing on SmackDown. This SummerSlam. So you don't need to predict that, because the last Monday Night Raw before SummerSlam, that's all. The whole talk is going to be about SummerSlam. All of the matches, everything. So get ready for that. We already know what's going to happen. I'm going to talk about SummerSlam. My next point is how the show ended last week, with the Big Show taking out CM Punk. Now, normally, like, for the three Raw, two. I think the 2 or 3 Raws before that, CM Punk ended this show because he is the WWE champion. So he's says that since he is the WWE champion, he should end the show. Well, last week the Big Show ended the show by knocking out CM Punk, which leads me to believe that the Big Show. This is kind of like my SummerSlam predictions. You know, next week I should do a SummerSlam predictions video. I should. I could do SummerSlam predictions video that's Saturday and Raw predictions on Sunday. That could work, I guess. But the Big Show took out CM Punk. And you know CM Punk likes to talk, so of course CM Punk is going to come out and talk about how he was disrespected by the Big Show. We already know that. CM Punk likes to talk. We know that. But I think at SummerSlam, this is kind of getting ahead of myself, but I think the Big Show is going to win. Because who's been the top guy of the show? It's been alternating between John Cena and CM Punk. They both have been the top guys. So I think the Big Show is going to win. Because John Cena's had the belt over 1,000,000 times. CM Punk has had the belt for over 300 days. I think the Big Show is going to win SummerSlam. I don't know. That's my prediction. It's my opinion. You don't have to agree with that, but I think the Big Show is going to win. Yeah, I think he's going to win. So, of course, there's going to be a segment between the Big Show and CM Punk. Of course there is. And then also, last week, Kelly returned. So I think we're going to see more of Kelly in action. Hopefully we'll see more Divas matches. I mean, it's nice to see the Divas wrestle. So hopefully we get to see more Kelly on Raw. And last week, I don't think we saw Rey Mysterio wasn't on Raw last week. I don't think he was. He could have been. Maybe he wasn't on SmackDown. I get confused. I don't think he was on Raw, but we should see Rey Mysterio on this Raw and Sin Cara. I would like to see them as a tag team, or that's a WrestleMania match. That could be a SummerSlam match. Rey Mysterio versus Sin Cara. I mean, they both are good wrestlers. Rey Mysterio, he's a high flyer. The only thing is, who's better? I don't know, because Rey Mysterio's gotten old and Sin Cara's kind of younger. They both had good moves. I don't know who's really the best. Rey Mysterio back in 05, he used to fly high, but he doesn't do that as much anymore. Like, you notice when he does the 619, if I've been watching this for about 10 years, so you know, he used to do the 619. He used to run, hit the person off the turnbuckle, then jump on top of the ropes and then jump on them. Instead, he goes to the turnbuckle and jump off the turnbuckle instead of jumping off the ropes. I don't know what made him change it. Is because he's got an older or what, but Sin Cara can still fly, even though sometimes he messes up his moves. You say who is better? I don't know, but I would like to see that match. And next week, Prime Time. I think this week on Raw we're gonna have Prime Time versus Kofi and R-Truth, because last week Kofi and R-Truth for Little Jimmy, they came out and caused Prime Time the match against Primo and Epico. So I think this week it will be Prime Time versus Kofi Kingston and R-Truth or Little Jimmy. I think that would be the match. And if Brodus Clay is healed, because he was attacked by Damien Sandow last week during his entrance, if he is healed, he should have a match against Brodus Clay. Damien Sandow has just been very, very aggressive, so it's hard to have an opinion of him. But I think if Brodus Clay is healed, we should see Damien Sandow versus Brodus Clay. Then 8 is Tout, the new social worker network, T-O-U-T, Tout. I made a Tout, but it was kind of boring. I didn't really understand the whole concept behind it. Really, if you have a Twitter or Facebook, and instead of typing, like, you post your status, you may say, on your Twitter, I'm just going to use Twitter as an example, you may say, going outside. Well, instead of writing going outside, you would make a video of you saying, I'm going outside. So instead of writing, you make videos. I made a talk, but I haven't been on there in a couple of weeks, so I don't know what it's about, but they're going to talk about that some more. I may check it out today because I checked it out a couple weeks ago and it was kind of boring to me, but I just made it just to see what it was about. But they're going to talk about that some more because I guess if you make a top video, you can end up on Raw, so that's something to look into. So if you're interested in that, you can check it out. And Michaels and Lesnar. Last week Brock Lesnar was on Raw, along with Triple H and Shawn Michaels. And Lesnar said that he's going to see Triple H at SummerSlam and he's going to see Shawn Michaels before then, which is basically a threat to Shawn Michaels, really. So I think Brock Lesnar will be, if he's not on this episode of Raw, it's going to show a video of Shawn Michaels being attacked by Brock Lesnar. Yeah, because last week he made a threat saying he's going to see Shawn Michaels before SummerSlam, and Brock Lesnar has been on SmackDown in a couple of years. When he returned, he was on Raw. So if he's going to make an attack to Shawn Michaels, it would have to be on this episode of Raw because next week it's going to be too late. SummerSlam will be over by then. So I think look out for something between Shawn Michaels and Brock Lesnar. Something's going to happen. If not on a show, they're going to show a video clip of it or something. And then my last point is Santino Marella, who was kind of on a losing streak, really, but I think he won one match within a month. He's been a United States champion, and I don't think WWE has been using him to his full potential. He could be used a lot better, but it is what it is, you know. We probably will see Santino Marella on Raw. Hopefully he wins this match, because the way it seems like he's going to lose his United States Championship at SummerSlam. That's the way it seems, because he's just been on a losing streak. Hopefully he wins this Monday night on Raw, but we'll have to wait and see. So that's everything. It's basically the same predictions every week, but people continue to watch it. More people watch my predictions video than they watch my actual review, which is funny. Oh, excuse me. I guess people don't want to watch the review of what happened on Raw. They just want my predictions. So I'm happy that people watch the video. So, but these are my Raw predictions for 8/13/2012. Schedule wise, I'll be doing a Raw review that should be posted on Tuesday. Thursday I'm doing Superstars review. Hopefully this Friday I can do SmackDown and TNA. This Saturday I'm going to try to do a SummerSlam predictions video, and Sunday I'm doing another Raw predictions video. So that's the schedule for the week. Will everything work out like that? I have no idea. But it is what it is. I say that a lot. So if you like this video, you can like it. If you dislike the video, you can dislike it. Leave your comments. If it requires a response from me, you will get a response within 24 hours if it requires a response. Um, Make sure you check out my channel, really. That's where all the videos are at. If you ever miss on Raw, SmackDown, TNA, or Superstars. And make sure you subscribe.